Let's try again.
You want me to start?
Yeah, just start from the top.
Start, okay. Thanks for joining us this evening on TKO8 Local News. Observations by two police officers watching traffic has led to the arrest of a Marion County man. Police report that 32-year-old Jedediah Parks of Flippin has been charged with 5 felonies involving simultaneous possession of drugs and firearms. Parks made his initial appearance in Marion County Circuit Court on Wednesday, entering not guilty plea to the charges. According to the probable cause affidavit, Park was observed pulling into a convenience store on the afternoon of May the 16th in a truck one of the officers knew belonged to someone else. The second officer recognized Parks as he was aware that he had a suspended driver's license. A check with the Arkansas Crime Information Center also revealed Parks was a felon. When Parks exited the store, the officers executed a traffic stop. The flipping man acknowledged his driver's license was suspended, but told officers he was just trying to work and make some money. When advised he was not the owner of the truck, Park reportedly told officers the owner had died suddenly in February and left him the vehicle. Park said while the deceased man was not related to him, he was like an uncle to him. He was unable to produce any paperwork proving the transfer of any ownership. Parks gave the officers permission to search the vehicle, where they discovered drug paraphernalia along with a loaded .45 caliber revolver in the cab that had been reported stolen. A further search of the truck bed led to the discovery of numerous drug-related items. He is being held on a $25,000 bond. Edmund Gary Crow of Mountain Home apparently couldn't catch a break last Friday. First, he failed to show up in a court-ordered drug test and was sent to jail for violating his probation. Then, after arriving at the Baxter County Detention Center, jailers discovered Crow had brought methamphetamine into the lockup, apparently not trusting to leave it with another person, and was hit with the charge of furnishing prohibitive articles and with possessing drugs. Then on Monday, Judge Gordon Webb sentenced Crow to 10 years in prison. A DNA match led investigators to Michael Purdy, who was charged with stealing a truck in mid-June of 2016. Purdy entered a guilty plea to charges against him related to the theft and was sentenced to 5 years in prison, with 2 to serve and 3 suspended by Judge Gordon Webb. The pickup truck was taken from a local repair shop where it was parked. It was located abandoned along a county road just south of Mountain Home, where police found a blood smear on the seatbelt buckle on the driver's side of the vehicle. A sample of the blood was sent to the state crime lab in Little Rock, where a DNA match pointed to Pedri. The owner of the truck said that he did not know that Pedri and there would have been no reason for him to be in the man's truck. Pedri is currently an inmate in the North Central Unit of the state prison system at Calico Rock on an earlier conviction. 40-year-old Kimberly Marie Rowe has been arrested and charged with felony counts of breaking or entering, along with 2 misdemeanors, after her image was allegedly captured on a game camera taking items from a Gassville residence. According to the probable cause affidavit, the resident, along Kemp Street in Gassville, installed the game camera after items was reportedly taken from her home over the last 2 years. Several items were reportedly taken on Saturday. Upon review of the video by a Gassville Police Department officer, Rowe was identified as a suspect in the theft. Rowe allegedly removed several yard ornaments, flowers, and flower pots. She is also reportedly seen leaving with a fish aquarium that had been stored in a closed shed located at the rear of that residence. Rowe is being held on a $10,000 bond. Craig Willingslow of Nevada City, California, who was arrested last Thursday when he was found to be in possession of 13 pounds of what was described as high-grade marijuana, has appeared in the Baxter County Circuit Court to face charges. Willingslow was also found in possession of thousands of dollars in cash and also weapons. After the hearing was concluded, Willingslow was released into the custody of the U.S. Marshal Service and is expected to face charges brought by the federal government. So far, charges of possession of marijuana with the intent to deliver, possession of drug paraphernalia, and weapons possession charges during the controlled substance offenses have also been filed. Stay with us. Be back in a moment. We'll take a look at some headline news from around the region. But first, here's this week's closing livestock report from Sammy Klein, brought to you by Quality Feed Grains of Harrison and Bell.
This is Sammy Klein, Federal State Livestock News Service, reporting sale North Arkansas livestock auction grain for Wednesday, May 23rd. Cattle receipts 1,043 last week, 901 a year ago, not reported. Compared to last week, feeder steers under 600 pounds, mostly steady at $6 higher, with the better 450 to 500 pound, $4 lower, and the 650 pound yearling is $9 higher. Feeder heifers $2 steady to $2 higher, except the 5 to 600 pounder, $1 to $3 lower. Slaughter cows steady to $1 higher. Slaughter bulls steady. Feeder steers, medium large ones, 3 to 400 pound, 178 to 197. 4 to 500 pound, 165 to 180. 5 to 600 pound, 154 to 169. 6 to 700 pound, 138 to 154, with the package of 603 pound thin at 164. The package to 980 pound at 116. That's mixed ones and twos. Had a package of thin 650 pound at 159.75. And 7 to 800 pound at 134 to 137. Feeder heifers, medium large 1, 3 to 400 pound, 158 to 163. 4 to 500 pound, 145 to 154. 5 to 600 pound, 130 to 145. 6 to 700 pound, 125 to 135. 7 to 750 pound, 115 to 125. A pack to 983 pound at 109.50. Replacement cows, medium large 1s and 2s, 2 to 7-year-old, 900 to 150 pounds, second and third stage, 800 to 1,050 per head. So 7 to 10-year-old cows, second and third stage, at 50 to 58, or 750 to 900 per head. Cow calf pairs, medium large 1 to 2, 2 to 7-year-old, 900 to 1,250 pound calves with 1 to 200 pound calves side, 975 to 1,300 per pair, 2 to 300 pound calves, 1,200 to 1,450 per pair. Some 7 to 10-year-old cows with 1 to 300 pound calves size, 925 to 1,225 per pair.
Police have discovered human remains at a Little Rock park while investigating the 2015 disappearance of a teenager who was last seen in that area. Little Rock Police spokesperson Officer Steve Moore says the cold-case investigators had been following up Tuesday on Ebby Stepik's disappearance when they found the skeletal remains in the underground drainage pipe of the park area. The pipe opens near the where the police found Supplement's car days after she was reported missing in October of 2015 when she was 18 years of age. Moore says authorities last searched the park on November of 2016, but were following up on some of their leads. The State Crime Lab will examine the remains before police officially confirm the identity of the body. A jury has found a Central Arkansas doctor not guilty of 8 counts of sexual assault. A judge also declared a mistrial on 8 other sexual assault counts against Dr. Robert Rook after the Faulkner County jury couldn't reach a decision on those charges. The verdict comes after the 63-year-old Conway physician was accused of sexually assaulting more than a dozen women. 2 former patients testified that Rook fondled under the guise of a breast exam that they didn't request, I should say. Another testified that Rook behaved inappropriately during the breast and pelvic exams. Rook's attorney argued that the accusers didn't have physical evidence to convict the physician. Prosecutor Jason Barrett says he plans to talk with other victims whose counts are still viable and later determine how to proceed. A St. Francis County man is scheduled to appear in the Jonesboro courthouse in June after he was arrested on suspicion of throwing bricks at a woman earlier this year. Jonesboro police say that Corbett Riley of Madison was arrested on suspicion of aggravated assault and first-degree criminal mischief in connection with that incident. Police say that the victim and witnesses stated that Riley, who is the victim's boyfriend, became upset with her after she had put his clothes outside the house. She said that she would not allow him in the residence, so he went around to the rear of the residence and busted out a window. When she exited the front of the residence, he threw a large landscaping brick through the back window of her vehicle and then threw one at her, striking her in the arm. Police also alleged that Riley then tried to run over the woman. Riley remains in the Craighead County Jail in lieu of a $10,000 bond. Opponents of a Ten Commandments display at the Arkansas State Capitol are suing to have the monument removed, arguing that it's an unconstitutional endorsement of religion by government. Separate lawsuits were filed in federal court Wednesday challenging the display, which was installed on the Capitol grounds last month. The monument was reinstalled last month after the original version was destroyed last year by a man who crashed his car into that display. One of the lawsuits was filed by the American Civil Liberties Union of Arkansas on behalf of 4 state residents. The other was filed by a coalition of groups and residents that includes the Freedom from Religion Foundation and the Arkansas Humanist Association. Arkansas's Attorney General has approved the wording for a ballot measure that would raise the minimum wage, legalize casinos, and change the redistricting process. That's after the state Supreme Court ordered her to certify the wage hike proposal. Attorney General Leslie Rutledge certified the measures on Wednesday, hours after justices gave her 3 days to approve or substitute language for a proposed initiated act to gradually raise Arkansas's minimum wage to $12 an hour by 2020. The sponsor of the measure sued after Rutledge had previously rejected the wording. Before we take a look at the weather forecast as we move into the long holiday weekend, here's the way the stock market ended today. Humid. Well, that seems to be the standard forecast, at least this time of the year here in the Ozarks, with scattered showers and thunderstorms popping up all over the place. No really continuity as far as these storms. They just appear and all of a sudden they may be gone. Some are very heavy at times, do get some lightning and thunder and heavy rain in certain areas, and others are just dry, nothing there at all. And that's the way it's going to be for the next several days as we move into the Memorial Holiday weekend. Today was one of those days where showers and thunderstorms popped up in parts of the viewing area. Other people got none at all. And it looks like it's going to be that way for the next several days. Tomorrow is about the same as we look at Friday. Thunderstorms expected in parts of the viewing area, 80% chance, some getting rain, others none, 84 for an afternoon high. Moving into Saturday, thunderstorms particularly in the morning, about 86 for a daytime high, and again 80% chance of some moisture around the area. However, on Sunday right now, sunny skies, no rain expected, just a hot day, 88 degrees, and Memorial Day so far, forecast is 88 degrees in the afternoon, no rain in the forecast. Tuesday, partly cloudy, 87, no rain. So we'll see if that forecast continues on, changes every day, but right now looks pretty good for the holiday weekend. Stay with us, be back in a moment. We'll take a look at sports from around the region. It's TKOA.
Your summer starts here. With a great deal on a new Toyota, you can celebrate all the season has to offer.
Like graduations, Mother's Day, camping, family reunions, paddleboarding, hiking, the beach, fishing trips, county fairs, road trips. Me first!
During the Summer Starts Here sales event, get $2,500 customer cash, or qualified buyers get 1.9% APR financing for 60 months on a new 2018 RAV4. Offers end June 4th.
Get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Hello, this is Michelle from Nature's Wonders. Did you know that we are part of an independent retailers co-op that allows us to offer you extra savings? With conscious foods becoming more popular, you see them everywhere, which is a good thing. What you can't get just anywhere is a knowledgeable team of people who want to provide you with top-notch customer service. With our co-op buying option, Nature's Wonders can offer you the customer service you expect, along with prices comparable to those in larger stores. The ideal shopping experience. Come see how affordable healthy living can be at Nature's Wonders in Harrison.
Arkansas College Board of Trustees have selected the new Pioneer baseball coach. That is going to be Eric Osner. Evangel University's assistant coach was picked to lead the Pioneer baseball program. Osner will be replacing Bobby Howard, who has moved into the head coaching position of the Lady Pioneer basketball team. This will be Osner's first head coaching job on the collegiate level. His coaching career started when he was in college. Osner was a player at Evangel and upon graduation was hired as a graduate assistant there. He completed his master's degree program while moving into a part-time assistant coaching job at the college. He then worked 3 years in Missouri American Legion. He coached in Bolivar, Missouri for a year and 2 years in Clinton, Missouri. While he will be transitioning to North Ark, he will also be coaching the Midwest National 17-18-year-old team this summer. A longtime local baseball coach has decided to step away from the dugout. Carter High School's head coach Marty Hall has announced his retirement from the coaching duties. Hall, who has led the baseball program during the entire 21-year career that he's been at Cotter, has also spent 2 years as the girls basketball coach and another 2 years leading the boys team. He says one thing, he looks back on the pride of seeing the maturity of kids that he has coached through his adult life. Hall was given another honor after the announcement of his retirement. The Cotter School District campus will be changed from Warrior Field to Marty Hall Field. Hall says he was surprised by the name change. Hall will continue to work in the Cotter School District. His duties will be athletic director, junior high science teacher, and a bus driver. Freshman infielder Casey Martin hit 2 home runs Wednesday night to help pace the 4th-seeded Arkansas Razorbacks to a 13-8 victory over the 5-seed South Carolina Gamecocks, advancing in the winners bracket of the 2018 SEC tournament at Hoover Metropolitan Stadium in Hoover, Alabama. With the win, the Razorbacks snap a 2-game losing streak it had coming into the contest and will face top seed the Florida Gators tonight. This will be the first time the Razorbacks and the Gators have faced off since Arkansas dropped 2 of 3 in its series in Gainesville last March. Jackson Goodard was dominant as the Kansas Jayhawks beat top seed Texas 3-2 in the Big 12 tournament. Goddard gave up just 1 run and 2 hits in 6 2/3 innings against the Big 12 regular season champions. The Jayhawks advanced to play Baylor on Thursday. Baylor defeated Oklahoma 4-0 earlier in the day. And Drew Buttra had a 2-run single in the 10th inning, and the Kansas City Royals earned a 5-2 victory over the St. Louis Cardinals. Buttra's RBIs were the first since May 2nd. John Jay followed with an RBI single as the Royals won their first series since taking 3 of 4 from Detroit back on May the 3rd. And that wraps up our broadcast here for this evening. I do want to make one quick announcement. We got a late announcement from Inland Solutions, the waste management company for the city of Harrison. They said that Memorial Day they will have their regular routes. So if you are scheduled to be picked up for trash on Monday, even though it's Memorial Day, Inland Solutions will continue to run the regular routes on the holiday, which will be Monday, Memorial Day. Thanks for joining us this evening. We'll see you again next week.